Congratulations, you're getting married. And next thing, after all the planning for the wedding and deciding who has to sit where and save the dates and who gets invited, who doesn't get invited, who sits with your third cousins, aunts, relatives, boyfriend, sister's friend, after all that pressure, it's finally time to relax with your European honeymoon. And today what we have for you are the 5 things you're gonna love and hate about having a European honeymoon. So let's get started. Oh, we're here on the west coast of Iceland having a great old time, but let's get some of the stuff that's not gonna be a great time when you're here. We'll get started with the 5 things you might not like about having a European honeymoon. So the first thing you're not gonna like about a European honeymoon is the planning of the honeymoon. You've been going through all this planning for a wedding. The last thing you want to do is do more planning, but you really need to do it because you know what? You got to figure out, do we want to have an adventure holiday here in Iceland and go see the icebergs and hike the glaciers? Or do we want a romantic getaway and while away the nights in Paris sitting at cafes? What is it do you really want to do? And that's the thing, is the planning part can be quite cumbersome. I mean, we even have a video on how to plan a European honeymoon because we get so many questions about it and it is really complicated. And you really got to think about, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? All these kind of things, and it can take a lot out of you. And that's the first thing you're not going to like. And if you really want to know how to plan one, check out our video. It's in the more info section below. That'll really explain how you plan it out. But really, figuring out that balance and all those things. The second thing you're not going to like about the European honeymoon is it's not cheap, okay? It's not going to an all-inclusive in Cancun and sitting back. It's going and exploring and doing romance and doing sites and all these things. And it can cost a pretty penny because you got your flights to Europe. Now, luckily, since you're gonna probably know you're getting married a few months in advance, you can buy your tickets early, get discount prices on those so you get a lower price, book hotels early to get a lower price, so you can save some money that way. But I'll be honest, you know, this is a honeymoon. This isn't backpacking through Europe, so you're not staying at hostels on your honeymoon. Because you know what? Nothing says romance like you sharing a room with 8 other people on your honeymoon. No, you're gonna be staying at nicer hotels, all these kind of things, and it does buck up the price. Going out to eat and all those things. So what we recommend, book hotels early, use the recommendations, the price finders and these kind of things so you can find good hotels, good bread and breakfasts at good prices. Also with the food, what I'd recommend, do picnic lunches when you're out and about because you know what? Nothing's more romantic than sitting out enjoying the sun and enjoying the coast of Iceland, having a picnic with your sweetheart, okay? With your new wife or new husband, okay? Also, another tip in Europe in terms of saving money, a lot of European countries will have lunch specials, so you can get like the nice meal at a discounted price at lunchtime, okay? Because dinner is gonna be the more expensive time. Now, the third thing you might not like about doing a European honeymoon is finding the right balance. Now, when I talk about finding the right balance, I'm saying, you know, is it sightseeing and romance and eating and all these things? You got to figure out really what's going to work best for you. Because again, it's not backpacking through Europe. You're not getting up, going church, museum, square, train, church, museum, square, train, and then sleep in a hostel. Here, you got to find the right balance. Maybe you see 2 sites in a day, and then you have the romance involved, having the nice dinners, or sitting and have your picnic lunch, or you know, these kind of things. And it is tough. And I've seen people on their European honeymoon saying, you know, it was a great trip, but it wasn't really a honeymoon. And finding that balance between the two can be pretty tough. So that's why I say is limit the number of sites you see when you're going. Kind of use this trip as kind of a planning for future European trips. Stick to, you know, 2 or 3 cities if you're going to be there for 10 days. I'd say 3 cities so you can get between the two. So you see a few sites, you have time to while away the hours together and have some romance as well as enjoying the sights. Now, the 4th thing you might not like about a European honeymoon is after all the pressure of the wedding, all this kind of stuff, you're finally free away from it all and you think, oh, there's not going to be any more problems. Well, that's not the case. You will have the snafus, maybe a hotel reservation is lost, a canceled flight, a missed train. These kind of things do happen. And so what I do recommend is do your research beforehand. So if there are problems, you're already prepared for it. So, oh, this museum's closed today. We know that. Here's our backup plan. Oh, this train doesn't go now. We missed it. When's the next one? have these things ready. And another thing I would like to recommend is, I've seen a lot of couples when they've traveled Europe, they start their European adventure as a couple. By the end, they've already separated. This is your honeymoon. Don't get that pressure on you. Don't get upset with each other. It may happen, but realize, hey, you know what? It's just part of traveling Europe. And the fifth thing you're really gonna hate, oh my God, you're gonna hate the most about a European honeymoon is the crack in the bed. I don't know why European hotels, a lot of times when you have a double room, they'll take 2 single beds and just smush them together, and there's a crack in the middle. And since it's your honeymoon, you might be interested in some nocturnal activity, let's say, and there's nothing like having a crack in the bed that separates and you lose your wife or husband in the crack in the middle, and you're like, whoa, what happened here? Oh, the European beds really do suck. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. And a lot of times there is that crack there. So what I recommend, fortify the side of the beds with your suitcases, and hopefully that holds things together. But honestly, the crack in the bed is the worst part of your European honeymoon. But what are you gonna love about a European honeymoon? Because it is great. And the thing you're gonna love, the first thing you're gonna love about it is you're in Europe. You get to see the sights, you get to explore, you get to ride the gondola in Venice, and you get to go to the Eiffel Tower together, and you get to have a kiss on Charles Bridge in Prague. All these great things you can do because Europe has so much to see and do, so you have things to do together. I mean, it's Europe, it's fantastic. We've got tons of videos for traveling Europe. Watch some of those to prepare for it because there's so much great things to do here, okay? Now, the second thing you're gonna love about having a European honeymoon is you get to get away from everybody and finally relax. You're not gonna be bumping into your cousin, you're not gonna be bumping into your mom. All these things are gone. The wedding planner, they're not there. Your mom's saying, why didn't you invite your Aunt Georgia? All that's gone. And you get away from everybody and you get to relax. And that's one of the best things about it is I'm away from everybody. I get to relax, see my sights, enjoy my husband, enjoy my wife. Oh, it's so nice. That's why it's the second thing you're gonna love. You get away from everybody and you get to relax. Now, the third thing you're gonna love about a European honeymoon is it gives you a chance to connect as a couple. Because now, since no one else is there, you get to kind of enjoy Europe together, and it really does bring you together, and you have these stories. Oh, remember our honeymoon in Paris, remember our honeymoon in Prague, and it really gives you a chance to connect. Because after the last few months, I mean, think about it, you have been stressed out for at least the last 2 months with the invitations, the catering, all these kind of things that pressure's all off of you, and now you can enjoy each other. And that's one of the best things is when I see couples on their honeymoon in Europe, you can just see, oh, the pressure is off of them, and they really get a chance to kind of connect together, and it's a beautiful thing. Now, the fourth thing you're gonna like about going to Europe for your honeymoon is it is romantic. You can have the beaches if you wanna have that kind of romantic vacation, or you can walk through Paris and sit at a cafe and watch the people go by, or go to Venice with the gondolas, or Prague. There's so many romantic places you can go in Europe and be away from everybody. If you wanna have a romantic getaway and be adventuresome, you can come here to Iceland and hike glaciers together and stay in a guest house or a guest, little lodge all by yourself. Or if you want to do a bed and breakfast in England or anywhere like that, you can have a great romantic time here in Europe. And I really think it's a nice way to get that romance in the relationship, okay? And the fifth thing you're gonna love about having your honeymoon in Europe, you get to start the Smooch list. Now, if you're not sure what the Smooch list is, let me tell you. This is your list of all the places you got to smooch your sweetie in all those different countries. My wife and I, we're over 30 on our list of smooching countries. Little smooch here, little smooch there. It does sound silly, but it is one of those fun things if you think about it. 20 years down the road, you're like, yeah, I've smooched my wife in about 45 countries. Where was the first country we smooched in? Well, first it was the US, the second one was Portugal, the third one was France, the fourth one was Italy, the fifth one was Spain. You have these things out there, and the Smooch list is kind of a fun thing to have as a couple because, again, connecting us together with our smooches. Anyway, I hope this helps you relax a little bit for your European honeymoon. Honestly, if you're going to be doing a honeymoon in Europe, I really recommend you watch our video, How to Plan a Honeymoon in Europe, because it does give you all you need to know is how to plan it, where to go, who to see, what to do, all these kind of things. It helps it put into a nice, easy format for you, so then you can lay things out. Because we've had so many requests for this videos and the planning videos that we just want to give our fans what they've been asking for. If you want more, tips about traveling Iceland or Europe or anywhere around the world, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We appreciate all your subscriptions and likes and all these kind of things. And if you're going to be traveling or you want to know more about travel, why don't you click that subscribe button? We put out at least 2 travel videos from around the world every week, so why not stay tuned? Anyway, congratulations on the wedding. Have fun on the honeymoon. And just think, Smooch list #1. Country #1's coming up. Bye from Iceland.